Hey guys, this is Ishwar. Today we are going to be talking about how to top in the BDS exams. Today I received my report cards for the final year BDS, and as I wind up, I would just like to answer some of the questions that some of my juniors used to ask me about how to do well in these BDS exams. They are extremely stressful. How do I deal with this vast amount of syllabus and all such things? So there are 5 pillars of success towards these BDS exams that I'll try to elaborate in today's video. So firstly, you have to plan ahead. For example, I do not mean to say that every class, every day you come back home, you study what's happening in class, you do what is needed to be done the day itself, and you just finish it off then and there. I know it's easier said than done because in your BDS clinicals, it's very difficult for you to keep up with the preparations as well as your practical and clinical stuff. So, what I would suggest is put your utmost in class. So, what I mean to say with planning ahead is make yourself and your mind free during the class hours and plan your day in such a way that you never end up missing a class, because if you miss that class and that flow, you will forget the sequence of events that has happened, and the flow of topics that will lead in one after the other. And this is extremely important. At least that's what happened with me, because whatever I couldn't read in the textbook or I couldn't recall or recollect later on, I would just try to remember what happened in class. And when that sequence of event comes by, then you immediately know that you're not forgetting that flow part, and you immediately get that back in the exam. Now the second tip is to implement an accountable strategy to your preparation. For example, take these tests or internals that we keep having recurrently during our preparation. So you're winded up with all your clinical subjects, and now you have to sit down for your final year BDS exams and start your preparation seriously. Some people, what they do is they forget the accountability value of these internals. So what they do is they skip because they haven't studied enough about that topic, or they're not very sure they should attend this test without adequate preparation. They start thinking, what would the staff think, what would my friends think, and all this. What I would like to see is this is an accountable performance for yourself, so you can assess what your preparations are, which subject you're strong at, which chapters in that subject you're strong at, which topics do you already have a familiar ideology about, and all these matters. So the maximum number of tests you can attend, try to go for it. And the third important tip is to recruit a positive social support with yourself. So join a group of people who provide you with this mental ideology of success. So people who only spread negativity with you, as in we might not be able to do this time, or saying things like I'll flunk, you'll flunk, we'll get it the next time. Or people who say forget the preparations, let's go for a break. It's always fun to have a break, but the social system needs to be a little more positive about the preparation side. You shouldn't spend your entire time partying like hooligans, because that's not gonna have you pass the exams. So what I would like to see is, I'm not asking you to get only high achievers as your friends, but the friendship group that you develop, make sure that they're all a focus lot. And when the exams come close, they are always with you to support you, and they also incur this discussive criteria for you to talk with them. You can speak out about the chapters that you're having trouble with, and you understand what their ideology is, because a good friend is a better teacher than any teacher can be as well. Now the fourth important tip is to give yourself a meaningful incentive. And what I mean to say by this is, sometimes what we do is we study for an hour, take a break for two, and that is still happening to me during my MDS preparations. And the only good way to get around it is to give meaningful incentives for your work ethics. As in, you study for an hour, take a 15-minute walk as a break. If you study for 2 hours, give yourself a half an hour chat with your friends. By doing this, what you're doing is you're instilling a positive kind of feeling where you do not feel complete if you do not complete the tasks that you had assigned to yourself. And when you are completing these tasks and you're getting the incentives, you have this positive feedback in your head. So this will definitely help you in regaining that energy for the next day. And the fifth most important thing is set a really hard deadline for each day and try to meet it as much as you can. So I'm not asking you to keep the whole book of Schaefer's or the whole book of Burkett's right next to you and just convince yourself that you're going to finish the entire thing in that very night, because that is utter nonsense. But what I am trying to tell you is set a goal that is in your mind so difficult to achieve at the beginning, because when you do achieve it, you have that sense of completion. When you set very little or small boundaries for you to surpass, you do it quite quickly, and when you do that, you already have that sense of satisfaction. But when you set high boundaries and you're barely reaching those goals, you want to do more, you want to succeed with those goals that you've set up for yourself. So these were the 5 important tips to do well in your final year BDS exams. I'll see you on the other sides as interns. Hats off, subscribe. I'm so happy we got 1,000 subscribers, and this was the video just to commemorate our success. More such important videos coming soon. Thank you. Have a nice day.